Hello everyone, welcome to our session of Zero to AI Hero. My name is Puneet Kansal. I'm research scholar in artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is the buzzword today. Starting from Chat GPT, which is means have changed the industry completely. We cannot think of now the computer science without the artificial intelligence because that have entered on almost every field. So not only Chat GPT, like we have many other areas also in which AI is playing very important role, like healthcare and like finance and in automobile systems, and not only that in space and in I have to say in like many areas are there in which AI have entered actually. So now we cannot think of the future without AI. So in this session we will talk with one of the engineer from the industry, Anish, Mr. Anish, who is working as a learning engineer at AMD, and we will discuss with him, okay, how he entered in the AI industry from the college itself. We will try to know, okay, what he learned specifically to enter in this industry, in AI industry. We will try to know his insights. You people can ask as many questions as possible from him. He will try to share, answer each and every question, whatever you will ask. And I also have some many important questions which will be helpful for you people to enter in this industry, in the AI industry. Okay, so let me call our today's guest, Mr. Anish. Hello, Anish. Welcome to our YouTube channel.
Thanks, Puneet, for inviting me.
Okay, Anish, will you please introduce yourself to the audience?
Sure. So I'm Anish. So I graduated in 2018 from VIT University, Vellore Institute of Technology, and I did my bachelor's in electronics and communication engineering. And after that, I did my master's in biomedical engineering with a specialization in deep learning from TU Delft. Uh, and post that, I graduated in 2020 and I started working as a machine learning lead for a US based startup. And last year, I joined AMD, and here I am working as an SD2.
Okay, that's great, Anish. Uh, so, Anish, let me take first question from my side. Actually, there will be many questions from student would like to ask from you, but I want to ask. Okay, will you please share your inspiration and motivation why you moved to this particular AI line?
Okay, so it all started back when I was doing my bachelor's. So I was really interested in digital image processing and digital signal processing. And I was working on a research project with one of the professors, and then I came across this term for the first time, machine learning. And it was becoming
Okay,
more and more frequent in all the research papers. And in my research also, I started using machine learning, and it started seeming very interesting. And the work what I was doing was in the vision space for biomedical applications. So I got interested in it, and I wanted to continue my education. So completing my bachelor's, I moved to the Netherlands and I did my master's in biomedical engineering. And there also I was working on deep learning applications. I was specifically working on super resolution microscopy and the applications of deep learning in super resolution microscopy. And the passion just continued, and I decided to move to industry after that. And at that point, I graduated in the COVID year, so not a lot of things were happening in the biomedical space. So I moved to the typical computer science space where AI jobs were a lot more available than the biomedical space. And then I continued, and since I had electronics background, this opportunity in AMD came along, and I decided to move into AMD, where I'm using both my education in AI as well as electronics engineering on a day-to-day basis.
okay. So will you please share with us, okay, what is your role and now at present at AMD?
Yeah. So I'm working in deep learning acceleration. So I'm SD2, So my work essentially is to develop operators, optimize operators for AI engine. So AI engine is a new technology that's developed by AMD Xilinx, and I am developing deep learning operators for the core, and I also work in bringing up the different neural networks that are out there which are used by people. So essentially, in a nutshell, it would be I'm working towards building faster and efficient inference engines. So it would be like whatever you have in PyTorch, when you're developing a model in PyTorch or TensorFlow, the models are very bloated. So you have to optimize those networks so that it can run efficiently on. After you train a model, you need to deploy it somewhere. So we ensure that we optimize it in such a way that it can be deployed on AMD hardware and it gives the best performance. So that's my day-to-day role right now.
Okay, that's looks means very interesting, and you use some very complicated terms also. I think that will be new for the students, also, many students here.
Okay.
So will you please guide the students? Okay, will you please guide them in step by step? Like there are many students who are completely new to this area, and
Yeah.
they are just thinking now at present. Okay, they want to move to AI, and they are completely new. Will you please guide them how they can move to this area starting from very zero?
Okay. Starting out, the first thing I would suggest anyone is to have a programming background. That definitely helps. So start out in Python. Python is very user friendly. And getting started in it is easy, but don't forget about the fundamentals of computer science along the way, because they are as important as well. And with ChatGPT and the new technologies coming in, the trends we are seeing in the industry, it's going to be hybrid. It's not only going to be just data science. So you'll be put into real world problem solving situations where all your engineering knowledge is going to come in very handy. So definitely start out with Python. Do as many projects as you can, but along the way, just be sure that your fundamentals, the math fundamentals, are uh, solid. So that is something I would suggest. So the fundamental math being linear algebra, probability theory. Make sure that your concepts are very strong, and then do as many projects as you can. And it's unrealistic to follow all the AI research that's happening every day. So just don't go after all the fancy state of the art paper that is coming up, but ensure that okay, you have your fundamentals very clear. Because
Okay,
without them, reading, let's say, the Chat GPT paper won't be a lot helpful. So you need to understand how the technology came to this point, and the math would definitely help you. So I would definitely suggest whoever is starting out his journey, do your programming, do everything, and along with that also focus on the maths.
okay. Anish, you're mentioning that okay, we need to first start with the Python. We need to be good at Python first, and we can means do some projects on Python so that we can familiar with the Python.
Yes, yes,
And
definitely.
okay, so this is our first step. And second one you are telling us is that okay, we need to clear our basic concepts.
Yes.
Okay, for that might be we can take some courses also,
Yeah,
like
definitely.
machine. Yeah, you're
Courses,
talking
books,
about.
yeah.
Yes, please.
So courses like Andrew Ng's course on deep learning is definitely a good course for starters because it touches the fundamentals. So it's a great starting point. And then linear algebra courses, there's a lot of free resources, and there's a lot of resources by platforms such as Geeks for Geeks that you can refer to. So, and there are books also. So linear algebra by Gilbert Strang is a very nice book to get started with.
Yeah, definitely. There are many free material also available on internet, like you mentioned, Andrew NG course we can follow, and even NPTEL courses are also available.
Very good.
So,
Yes.
but just for our student, let me. I want to share little information about our course also. We are also providing machine learning course, means a complete data science course actually. So, Anish, can I share my screen for just to show to the students, okay, about that course?
Sure.
Yeah, please. Okay. So let me share my screen. The people who are interested for Geeks or Geeks course, let me share my screen and show you. So what you need to do is in the Google itself you can write the data science data science course by Geeks for Geeks. You can mention in Google itself, and the first link you will find out data science course by Geeks or Geeks. So this is the complete course actually. I hope the this screen is visible. Please let me know. I hope this screen is visible. Anish, will you please confirm me?
Yes, I can see your screen, Puni.
Okay. So this is a complete actually machine learning and data science program from Geeks for Geeks site. We are starting from, like you mentioned that okay, we need to start from Python. We are here also. We are starting from Python, and after that we are moving to data analytics part. So, and we are covering also projects also to so that students can learn it properly. And after that, data visualization and scraping, like Tableau projects and web scraping is there. After that, we are moving to machine learning and AI. And if I move on, then we are covering like data visualization, scraping. Specialization is also there, like deep learning, image processing, and natural language processing. So this is actually 360-degree course starting from very basics, and we are covering from up to advanced level. So you people can refer this course also. Otherwise, there are many free courses as mentioned by the Anish on the online. So you can mention those also. So you need to first cover the Python, and then you need to take some course. Either you can take the courses from some good places like NPTL or Andrew NG course, and these are completely free. And this course which I show you is provided by the Geeks or Geeks, and this is also having a very minimal charges. I think this is charging approximately 5,000 rupees only, and so you need to take some course so that you can clear your basics, and after that you need to go through some projects that will help you to understand the things better way. Okay, Anish, after covering Python and covering these course like with the help of some projects, so can a student can directly enter into the industry? Is there any? Is there means lots of opportunities are there after this?
After covering the basics, yeah, you can definitely move into the data analysis field or data analytics. There, the barrier of entry is a little less. But if you want to move into machine learning space, so there the barrier of entry is a little more. So people with experience is being preferred, and the current macroeconomic situation in the industry is also like they are going after experienced hires only. So y- just getting started with Python and doing some data exploration, definitely you have a lot of opportunities in the data analyst field. But if you want to do machine learning, a little industry experience comes in handy.
So I this should be my I think for next question to you. How then freshers can means make the entry in AI industry? How the
Uh,
freshers can make the entry?
okay, for freshers, the best way would be get into industry, do your whatever you like. If you want to move into software engineering, move into software engineering or data analytics, whatever suits you. Move there and keep doing projects and accumulate industry experience, and then in wherever you're working, definitely there will be a data science team. Try collaborating with them, try talking to them, reaching out and see what kind of work they are doing, and then put in a little effort to understand what they are doing and how much efforts you need to put to understand what they are doing, and then uh, just do some courses and some projects, and with experience and knowing what you're doing, you can definitely move into proper machine learning space.
Okay,
And
so
the startups as well. There, the barrier
yes,
of entry is a little less. So startups are also
okay,
a good option because when I started out, I joined a startup, and there I was working as the machine learning lead, and it was a company where they were starting out their data science team. So you can look for opportunities like those on sites like Angel Lists, where startups regularly post requirements.
okay. So okay, we can means we can enter in the industry as a data analyst, and we can improve our knowledge over there, maybe with the startups. So that's a great idea. One idea means uh, thanks, Anish, for sharing this information. Okay, can you please share with us some projects, any projects from where the students can take the practical experience? Like if they are studying right now, they want to take the real practical experience from some projects. Can you share some projects which will be valued in the industry?
Okay, so I would take this answer and try to answer it from two different points. I'll give an answer from a point where someone wants to move into the data analyst field, and I'll also give an answer for someone who wants to move into machine learning.
Okay, that's
So,
great.
yeah, so for someone who wants to pursue a career in data analytics, the best thing would be to take there are a lot of open data sets available on sites like Kaggle. So you can get the data from there, and then you have these platforms such as Tableau, Power BI. So you can start your data visualization journey by you have free data available, and then their web scraping and data mining also comes in handy. So your Python knowledge would come in handy. So data definitely you can get from Kaggle. Kaggle is a great place for beginners, and you can start out by building dashboards because dashboard is something that is very popular in the industry these days. So while building a dashboard, your skills in SQL or pandas also comes in handy. So that's one route you can take if you want to move into the data analytics path. If you want to start out as a machine learning engineer, there are again two avenues. If you want to move into vision, uh, then again, also Kaggle is a really good place. So start out by maybe start out by picking a problem first. What do you want to do? Maybe you want to do image classification, maybe you want to do object detection. So pick out a problem and then read up a little what was done earlier and what is the state of the art now. And maybe use frameworks like PyTorch or TensorFlow, whatever is easy for you, to build out one of the solutions. Maybe the early one, you all don't always have to build the state of the art because people in the industry are just looking that your fundamentals are clear. So if you want to be in vision, you can do that. If you want to move into NLP, again, it's the same advice. First, pick a problem you want to solve, whether you want to solve neural translation or you want to do intent classification. So you can just log on to Google, make an account there, and you can search for notebooks. So not only Kaggle is a very great place for you to get data, but it's also a very good starting point. You can look at what other people are doing. They share their notebooks, so you can get some insights from there, and uh, then pick a project which interests you. So I think that would be a great way to get started. I'm not
That's
naming any particular project as such because it's the intent that actually matters, what I feel. So you can pick any project and dive down deeper in the space, and you'll start accumulating knowledge which is essential. So you can start out by maybe house rent prediction. You start with a simple regression problem and then scale up quickly. Or you can start out with a complex problem and uh, give some good amount of time to the problem and then solve it. So either way, you are definitely walking in the correct path.
Okay, so what I understand, one thing at least I understand from here is that Kaggle is going to be our best friend in this AI
Yes.
learning journey.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, that's great. One,
And
yes, please.
just one more thing, sorry to interrupt you. Along with Kaggle, don't forget your DSA because DSA is still important in the industry.
Okay,
So all your interviews round are going to have DSA as well.
okay, so DSA will not leave us. DSA
No,
will there
no,
also.
no, it will be.
Okay. So if even if you want to be in AI industry, so as per Anish, you need to focus on DSA as well because there that will also be around
Yeah,
in
definitely.
recruitment.
It's going to be
Definitely.
the first round. Yeah.
So you cannot skip the DSA part. Okay. Uh, you people can also ask if any question related to AI if you want to enter in AI industry, which is going to be as per my experience and my knowledge. But I feel AI is going to change the industry now. Every website, every software is going to be influenced with the AI itself, and next future it belong to AI. So if you are interested to go to this field and if you have any question, then you can directly ask from Anish, who is working as a ML engineer at AMD. uh, so you must have listened about the Ryzen processor, and you must have worked over that. So if you want any question from Anish will try to reply to that. You can write in the chat section. Otherwise, I have lots of questions with me. One another question, Anish, from behalf of the students only. Let's suppose they want to make the networking with the same type of people, like same kind of people, and the people from the industry they want to connect. So how they can connect with the people like the students who are interested for particular, like in ML itself, in NLP particularly, if some students are working, so how they can connect these type of students, what are the different platforms they can connect, and how they can connect with the people like you who are already in the industry.
Okay. So first I'll start out with peer-to-peer collaboration. So let's say you're a student and you're working in an LP space and you want to connect with fellow students and keep up with what they are doing. So Discord is a great place. Discord has many channels, so you can join the channels and then follow the threads. And also there are networking events the college hosts. So you can go to some software developer meetups that's happening in your town wherever you're doing your BTech or masters or PhD. So you can attend that. In-person networking events are a great place to meet people from various background, and then you get an insight. Okay, so these are the things that are happening in industry. Okay, this is a new thing that interests me, and then you can follow up post event to know more about the things that you are interested in. LinkedIn is a great place. So oftentimes people who are in college they don't have access to people who are working in the industry, and the knowledge gap between people who are doing their bachelor's or masters and the skills the industry demand is quite big. So you can reach out to people like me who are working in the industry right now by just sending cold invites on LinkedIn with a message that hey, I am so and so, I'm doing my work and I want to connect with people like you to just kind of know more about the industry, and then maybe strike up conversations with someone on LinkedIn. And you can also have a mentor who's working in the industry. That's great. People oftentimes love mentoring, and they give insights about what's happening in the industry, and they'll also give you information about the opportunities that are out there. So LinkedIn is also a very good platform. And Kaggle again, like you can follow people on Kaggle, and the discussion thread in a notebook is also a great place for networking. So you can take up projects with peers or someone who's already working as a data scientist. You can show an intent that I'm also interested in working in a open Kaggle project, and you can be a part of their team and contribute. There you'll learn, also you'll network with people. So the competitions that are happening out there on Kaggle, that is also a great place. There you not only learn networking, you do networking and you also learn how to collaborate with a team, which is not taught in the university. So that comes in handy. So how teams work, you'll also get a feel of that when you're doing competitions on Kaggle.
Yeah, that's great actually. Yes, you tell us that okay, there is a great difference gap between what is actually going on in the industry and what is we are taught at the college level.
Yeah.
So for that collaborations, these collaborations are very important.
Yes.
And okay, thanks, Anish, for clearing this question actually. So will you please share with us how did you get your first job?
Okay. I use the Angel Lists. So that's a place where startups they post requirements regularly. So after graduating, since it was a Corona year, there was no on-campus recruitment that was happening. So platforms such as InstaHire, Naukri.com, and AngelList, they were very helpful. Naukri is mostly for a little bit people with a little bit more experience, but Insta and platforms like InstaHire or AngelList, re- there comes in a requirement once in a while where people are looking out for freshers as well in the ML space. So these came in very handy. So the job I got it from AngelList. It was a requirement, and then there were online interviews, 3 or 4 round of interviews, and after that I started out on the road.
Okay, okay. So so let me check out if anybody have any question. Uh, so there is a question from Surya. Let me share with you. So this is Surya is asking. I'm a third year student and have little experience in development, and I want to become AI ML engineer. So if I start now dedicatedly, can you give me roadmap like how to start? Will you please answer Anish to this question?
Sure. I think we discussed something along this line that first start out, clear your programming concepts. So definitely Python is a good place to get started, cover all your DSA fundamentals. And since I guess you're in third year right now, you don't have a lot of time. So what you can do is do your DSAs side by side, but just don't go too deep. Just cover all the fundamentals, keep practicing. Along with that, if you take up a few projects, first of all, you have to be clear what you want to pursue, because data analyst requires a certain different type of skill set. AI ML engineer requires a different kind of skill set. So if you are your interest is in AI ML, then after clearing out your DSA fundamentals, you can start out by learning one of the libraries, such as TensorFlow, and then do a couple of projects. And I think that would be a great place to get started, because while doing the projects, you'll be familiar with the concepts, the underlying concepts that are important. So you'll be definitely touching upon linear algebra, you'll be definitely touching upon uh, your probability theory. So these will come in handy once you are picking up a project and doing it. And step by step, just be sure why you are doing a certain thing. Python makes things a lot easy, but the caveat is also that you don't oftentimes sit and think why I've done a certain thing. So if you're building a convolution network, yeah, you can just say, okay, x equal to conv 2b and pass in some parameters. But know why you are doing that while doing projects. So step by step, be critical about yourself. Okay, even if you are replicating, even if you are doing a tutorial and you are trying to replicate the exact same thing, step by step, question why a certain thing was done. And uh, internet is your best friend. So whatever doubts you have, you can post it somewhere. Oftentimes, you'll find an answer for that.
Okay.
So
Yes. One more thing I want to ask Anish from here itself. What is the importance of mathematics to be a AI engineer? What is how important is math?
it's very important. Like
It's
if you
very
want, yeah, if you want to be in proper AI ML development, So some things such as linear algebra, convex optimization, these are some things that you will come handy to you on a daily basis, because the fundamentals of back propagation comes from differential equations. So you need to be clear about, okay, what are differential equations. So math is definitely very critical. Probability is very critical because you are trying to you need to know about all the distributions and how those distributions translate into your real world use cases, where to apply a particular distribution, what is hypothesis testing. So these things are very important. So math, uh, you can just scratch the surface. You can the platforms such as TensorFlow and PyTorch have made things easy. So you can build a network and not touch the math, but that is not going to be very helpful because yeah, just a code snippet is not important. What's happening underneath inside the framework is important. So if you're doing a convolution, just be sure to write out the math. Okay, this is what I'm doing. So this is an image, this is a kernel, I'm striding over and generating these feature maps. What is the exact compute? What are the number of multiplication and additions I'm doing in here? What are the biases? Why add bias? What's nonlinear activation? Ask everything and keep noting it down so that you can revisit those concepts again and again. Starting out, it definitely seems a little complex, but going forward, once you keep hearing these terms again and again, it becomes pretty easy for you.
Yeah, so maths is very important. Sorry, guys, you must be not feeling good about that, but that is the requirement of this field, AIML. Okay, one another question is from Avinash. Let me take that also. First, data engineer. Next, data science. Who is my roadmap?
Mm,
What do you understand, Anish? What he is trying to ask?
yeah, I think maybe the question is around like being a data engineer, how do I move into the data science space? If I understand
Okay.
it correctly, I'll try to answer that question. So being a data engineer, you're already halfway there. So you know all the pipelines, how data is ingested, and all the workflows, all the ML automation workflows. So the only thing that remains is just building out models. So being a data engineer is a very good point to be if you want to move into the data science field. So you can start out with simple regression projects that will get you initiated on how to build models, what are models, and again same thing, you can start doing more and more complex stuff. You're already familiar about the infrastructure that is needed, because if you want to be a data scientist, 90% of your job is dependent or is similar to what data engineers do. You need to get data first. Without data, there is no data science. Data comes from data engineers. They build all these ETL pipelines and workflows. So how to ingest them? You already know that workflow. You must be familiar with all the uh, cloud cloud-based solutions such as the offerings from AWS or Azure. So you're familiar with that already. So it's just a little bit of effort to know about how to build models, what they do, and a couple of projects is enough to get you into the data science space.
Okay. One another question from my side actually. Will you please share about the future of AI? What do you think? Uh,
That's
what
a
will
very
the
difficult question to ask. Answer actually, like the field is evolving literally every other day. So things that were not even thought of, we have solutions for that. Like Chat GPT and Stable Diffusion, they changed. So yeah, it would be a very bold claim to say that okay, I know the future of AI, but definitely AI is going to be more and more pervasive in all aspects of our life. Starting out from chatbots, they have been there. So the quality of these chatbots are definitely going to improve. That's one field. And AI assisted, your AI assisted robotics field is also going to be, I think it's going to be a very big field. And then probably health care is also a space where AI is going to become more and more pervasive. It's going to help the doctors with the diagnosis, and then overall, your automobile sector is also something that uses today. Also, they use artificial intelligence a lot. So, there's a lot of work that's going on in the ADAS and the driverless car space. It has slowed down a little in the last few months, but that was also a field that was getting a lot of traction, and it's going to be more and more pervasive. That's all I can say. Like, pinpoint something specific and say that okay, this is going to be the next big thing. It's very hard today because cutting edge research is coming out every other day.
Yeah, and AI is entering in almost every field actually.
Every field, like in chip design verification, we are seeing in AMD that AI is coming in helping with the chip design and verification process, and deep learning acceleration is something. There's a little bit of bias because I'm working in deep learning acceleration, but definitely I think whoever works with the works in the ML space, they are familiar with how important GPUs are. So GPUs and heterogeneous computing is also going to be very important to support AI because there's so much amount of data, and on that you have to do so much compute. You cannot have inefficient compute devices. So modern day CPUs and even GPUs are not optimal. So you start seeing a mix of everything. So heterogeneous computing is going to become important. I'm saying this with a little bit of bias, but this is a trend that we see in the company as well.
And will you please also share, okay, a little bit idea about is there any difference between the packages of AI engineer and uh, non-AI engineers like software engineer and AI engineer? Is there any difference of salary packages also there?
Again, your salary package is mostly determined by the company you're getting in. So if it's a fan company, your compensation is definitely going to be more. So it's not on the, I would say, designation per se. So a data engineer with 2 years of experience and a data scientist with 2 years of same experience, I don't think the delta is a lot. But a data engineer, maybe in a FANG company and a non-FANG, definitely there is a lot of difference.
Okay. Uh, one last question from my side, Anish. So, any advice from your side for now next our AI engineers who want to go in this field? Any last advice from your side?
Just focus on the fundamentals, and math is your best friend. So this is the advice I'll give to everyone who asks me about I want to move into the data science field. What's essential? So you are saying it's data science. So the word science without maths, there's no science. So definitely
So,
focus on the science and also work on your computing fundamentals as well, side by side.
okay, so clearing the fundamentals is very important, and after that, maths we cannot skip. Sorry about that. Maybe many people are still freaking out due to math, but math is must if you really want to be successful in this field. That is the requirement. So maths is going to be your friend, and just clear your fundamentals. And and the last, okay, again I want to the share the same course with you people provided from Geeks or Geek side. I will take one more minute for the new joining. Let me share the course provided by the Geeks or Geeks. So this is the course provided by Geeks or Geeks. If you want to enter in this field of AI and machine learning, then the complete machine learning and data science program is provided by Geeks or Geeks, and this is starting from very basics like Python. You will be started, and then from the data analytics part and data visualization, then machine learning, and then after that specializations like deep learning, image processing, and natural language processing. You can check out some testimonials also, and you can check out the instructors like Arpit Jain, who is the lead data scientist, who is also from IIT Madras. Rihan, these are your mentors for this course, and the price also you can check out 5,999, and you might be get some discount also. You can check out simply just you can type in the Google data science course by Geeks or Geeks, and you will find out this course. So if you want to clear your fundamentals and you want to work on some projects, if you want to enter in this area, then this course can help you. You can check out this course. Otherwise, okay. So this was really nice talking, Anish, with you, and you share with us lots of information. Actually, I hope that will be helpful for lots of students. Uh, so I think there is some another comment. So so there is a one question. I think we have already answered this one. So artificial intelligence is asking AI is itself is asking now. Sir, I'm doing graduation from AI ML. Okay, you are pursuing graduation from AI ML and how to build career in AI. So Anish, I've already tell you. Anish, any last words from your side?
Uh, yeah, we have the discussion centered around this. So definitely keep doing whatever you are doing and yeah, learn learn programming, and keep brushing up your math from time to time. That is the best suggestion I think I can give from my side. And if someone, yeah, thanks for the opportunity, Puneet, for this interview. And yeah, we have been using Geeks for Geeks in our graduation days, and it feels really good to maybe contribute to it in some form or the other. And if some student or anyone wants to connect with me and want to know more, they can send invite on LinkedIn. I'll be happy to help them out with their queries.
Thanks, Anish, for joining us actually and sharing your experience. That will be helpful for lots of students.
Sure.
Let me tell you, people, we do not pay anything to Anish for this session, and just he is contributing here just by his own will, and he just want to help the students, the future students, just grow up. So thanks, Anish, for this selfless service and helping the students also.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, thank you everyone. If you still have any doubt, any questions, then you can write in the comment section. We will answer there also. Any question related to AI, you can type in the comment section, and we will try to answer there itself. Thanks for joining us. Now I'm ending this session. Thank you everyone. Good night.